Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about content, even though I talked about content in the last video, but whatever. This is a little bit different. Here's the thing. Sometimes there's people out there that make content. Maybe that's your case. It is definitely my case. But here's the thing. Whether you make content on YouTube or not, whether you make content on Instagram, on TikTok, even on freaking, I don't know, LinkedIn, whatever. You know what I mean? I've talked about this so many times. Um, Here's the thing, when you have a crush on someone, it's hard because you're like, oh my god, are they gonna see my content? Are they gonna cringe? Are they gonna like me more? Because like when you make content, I think like in part, like whether you cringe at your own content or not, it is something that you're proud of. You know what I mean? Like you take pride in what you're doing, and that's why you're doing that because you're passionate about it and you believe in what you're creating. But here's the thing, when you have a crush on someone, it kind of changes. You know what I mean? You can either be like, oh my god, when they see that I make content, when they watch it, whatever, they're gonna think I'm so cool. They're gonna think I'm the coolest person on earth because I do gameplays and I edit them, or because I have a podcast and I talk about, I don't know, business or whatever it is. So whatever content you make, or because I make vlogs, like they're gonna think my life is so interesting. Or like, I don't know, I may get ready with me videos. Like he's gonna be like, oh my god, she's so pretty with and without makeup. Like, you know what I mean? Like either you can get delusional about it, like, oh my god, they're gonna love my content, or they're gonna be like, oh my god, they're gonna cringe so hard. Because like sometimes we make videos that even we're like, oh my god, what are people gonna think? You know what I mean? Like they can either be like turned off by the idea that you make content because they may watch your videos and they might cringe. Because it is a reality. I mean, they might very well cringe, you know what I mean? Because you're someone else and they don't, like if you met them in real life, most likely they don't see you as a content creator. That's not the idea of you that they have in their head, you know? So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Me, I guess it depends. I think like when I was younger, I was like, I touched something about that's why you could hear something. Anyway, so here's the thing. What was I talking about? Yeah, when I was younger, I used to be delusional enough to think like, oh my god, when my crush sees my content, he's gonna be like, oh my god, this bitch is amazing. Like she makes content, she has a blog, she talks about this and that, whatever. She makes it in another language because English is not my first language. So like, and I make content in English, and I had my blog in English also back in the day. So like all of that, I thought it was attractive because I think it's attractive. You know what I mean? I like that in a person. Like if I have a crush on someone and they make content, that's amazing. Or even if like if I meet somebody at work, or if I don't know, or if I meet somebody like in school or whatever and they make content, like I love that. I freaking love that, and I want to watch it and I want to learn more, and you know what I mean? Like it's something that I really like. But if that person is not a content creator, they're most likely going to be like, well, and they're probably even gonna cringe. You know what I mean? Like, and now, like, from, I don't know, recent years from now, I think it was when I turned 17 that I had a crush on a guy. And because my Instagram was so, like, content oriented, because it was so tied to, like, my blog and what I did for my blog and stuff like that, that's when I was like, oh, I think guys don't find this attractive. Like, if, I think when guys like a girl, they want to see, like, a very aesthetic, like, posting Instagram and stuff like that. And my Instagram is not like that. I'm trying to change it. I'm trying to post like I'm trying to post first of all because I rarely post on Instagram now, and I'm trying to post things that are like just pictures of me, you know what I mean, and like my friends and stuff, like hanging out, whatever, you know, like I'm not trying to make content there anymore. I have a different Instagram page for that, and but I started realizing like when I started like having normal crushes that were not like celebrity crushes or anything like that. That's when I was like, oh, I think guys don't find this attractive. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Do I think that they think it's not attractive? On the norm, yes. But sometimes they don't even care. You know what I mean? Like, if that motherfucker didn't like you before they knew you made content, they're not gonna like you after. You know what I mean? It's not gonna make them fall in love with you. It's not gonna make them fall out of love with you. You know what I mean? Like, you are the same person. You know what I mean? They're not gonna fall out of love if you make content. Like, they could, listen, if it's something stigmatized, like, for instance, like OnlyFans, is like, okay, they may be like, oh my god, like, what kind of girl is this? You know what I mean? Like, they may, like, slut shame you in their head and be like, you know what, I don't want to be with a girl who does OnlyFans, but that's a different story. I don't make OnlyFans, so I can't speak about that because I'm not a content creator there. So like, but what I'm saying is that like on the norm, it shouldn't be determining, or it shouldn't be at like a turning point. Like, do I like you? Do I not? Do you know what I mean? If they like you before they knew you make content, great. If they don't like you before you make content, they're not gonna like you after. They're not gonna watch your content and be like, oh my god, she's amazing. I'm actually in love with her because I love the fact that she makes content. No, I don't think anyone has said that ever. You know, even me, and I make content. You know what I mean? You have to like the person. So if you're too scared to make content because the person you like, what they might think or what they might opine, or because you look dumb or not whatever in your video, don't even think about that. First of all, they're most probably not even going to watch your content. And if they do get, let's say, your TikToks in their For You page, which is like my biggest fear, they didn't like you before, they didn't ask you out before, they didn't text you before, they're not going to text you after. It's not going to change anything at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, just do your thing. You're not going to stop doing what you love, doing what you're passionate about. You know what I mean? Like, because here's the thing, hobbies are so diverse, but the thing about making content is that it's public. You know what I mean? You're making content for anybody to watch or anybody to gossip or whatever. You know what I mean? So whatever you're doing it publicly. Like, people can watch you do it, you know? So, do you know what I mean? It's tricky, but you shouldn't stop doing what you want to do because of what other people are going to think. It's not going to make your life worse. I mean, better. If anything, it's going to make it worse. Do you know what I mean? Because you are dimming your own light. You're dimming who you are. You know what I mean? You're telling yourself, this is wrong. This is inherently wrong with me. This is not attractive. I shouldn't do this because it's not attractive. First of all, who cares what men think? And second of all, who cares what anyone thinks? You know what I mean? If you're a guy and you're thinking about whether you should do this or that or whatever because of what women are going to think, listen, nobody at the end of the day cares. And if somebody likes you, they like you whether you make fucking content, whether you go fucking fishing, whether you do whatever the fuck it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, do not dim your light because of what that person might think. If they didn't like you before, they're not going to like you after. They're not going to think you're hotter if you're more mysterious and you don't post shit on the internet. They're not going to like you more if you post pictures of yourself on the internet. No. There are guys who have fallen in love with the online girls. Yeah, that happens. But if he didn't like you before that, he's not going to text you now. He might text you. Like, there might be guys who text you. You know what I mean? I got this guy from my internship who texted me on TikTok. I don't know if he found me on TikTok or on Instagram because he saw my... He DM'd me on TikTok. I talked about this in another video. I'm going to link it down below because the gossip was juicy. What is it? So he DM'd me on TikTok, but he also saw my Instagram story from my content page. So I don't know where he found me first. I don't know if he got me on his For You page. I don't know if he looked me up. I don't know what happened. I didn't like him. He probably liked me. I think he was somewhat attracted to me back when I was still in that internship. And when he texted me, I was like, I didn't even think, like, let's say, okay, let's consider this guy as an option, which I didn't like him at all. But, like, if he liked me before knowing that I make content, he still texted me. Like, I make fucking content. He saw it. He still fucking texted me. You know what I mean? If somebody only wants to smash, if somebody only wants something casual, especially, they don't care what the fuck you do. And if they like you, they don't care what you do in the sense that, like, whatever you do, as long as it's funny as long as it's fun for you, as long as you like it, as long as it makes you happy. Do you know what I mean? They shouldn't care what you do. You know what I mean? As long as you're happy, like, what do they care? If you have interests in common, if it's a passion of yours and it's a passion of his, it's like, oh my god, we have this thing in common. Like, oh my god, like, this is gonna, like, make us, like, bond easier. You know what I mean? Okay. But they didn't like you before, they don't like you after. Do you know what I mean? If they liked you before, they're gonna like you after. And if they don't like you after, they probably don't like themselves. Because what do you mean, I don't like this person now that I know that they have this hobby? Like, what the fuck do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, this was a little ramble. Little ramble of almost 9 minutes. But yeah. I hope this helped someone out there, because I get this thought a lot. I get this, like, fear, oh my god, are they gonna watch this? Are they gonna see this? Like, what are they gonna think? Do your own fucking thing, because one day you're going to be old and wrinkly and you're going to be like, all the things that I could have done, all these things that fulfilled me, that I was passionate about, and I didn't do them because I was worried what other people were going to think, especially the person I was interested in at the time. And nothing ended up happening. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you do you. If someone likes it, cool. If someone doesn't like it, it's fine. Fly away. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Well, not tomorrow. I always say tomorrow, but I'm making videos a little bit less often. Maybe the day after tomorrow, okay? So yeah, I'll see you guys. Bye.